Attention all hands. It's time for Sea Stories.
Sea story. Noun.
Any story about experience in military service told by a veteran or active duty member. Some of it may be true.
But most of it is bullshit.
I've watched it.
3 dudes in 1 cup.
Better be
You know,
a
it's
big
funny,
cup.
I've never watched that show ever.
Me either.
No,
I refuse
don't.
to.
There's
'Cause I know
another
what
one.
it's about.
Don't.
That's why I don't want to watch it. Because
Don't.
the medical in me, like anal and all that shit, never in my life.
Don't
Yeah.
allow you to ask, but that's okay.
No. The
No.
medical in me, like, oh, fuck no. There's one called The Kids in the Sandbox, and the dude, like, sticks something through his urethra. I'm like,
No.
fuck no.
No, not
Fuck
even a little
no.
bit.
No.
Hey everybody, welcome to Sea Stories. I'm Little Mike.
And I'm Doc.
And today we're here with Santa Claus.
Sit on the slide, Mike.
Yeah. Can I tell you what I want for Christmas, Santa?
Yeah.
And so this is retired Mineman Senior Chief Paul Bowling, also known as Bubba. And I've known him for a long time, and I'm really glad to have him here today.
Bubba. How'd you get the nickname Bubba? Long time ago?
Yeah, it was it was Navy when I first showed up with my because I'm originally from Kentucky, so my thick accent, everybody just automatically named me Bubba.
Kentucky, what state's
Big
that
gum,
in?
sir.
Yeah.
Bubba Gub. I like the fried boiled shrimp, the deep fried shrimp on the shrimp.
Shrimp stew, shrimp soup. There's shrimp and potatoes.
Dude, this is the first time I've ever seen 2 minemen in the same room at the same time. Not even kidding.
Like unicorns.
Hey, you know, it's just one
I
of
was
those
never on a
things.
mine sweep though. Like I know, like most of those ships, you're
We get
dedicated
one
to
IDC.
them. You're either like you're instructing as a mineman or you're on your ship doing
Oh
your
yeah.
actual
The
deal.
only other thing, up until a few years ago, when LCS opened up for minemen, the only other thing was to go to a mine shop. So you're
Yeah.
either instructor duty at a mine shop or you're on one of the sweeps.
And then usually, like you said, a mine sweep is like a boot, first class, fresh out of IDC school. That
Yeah.
I never got the chance to do that. So
Yeah.
mineman, man, you've been on a few ships in your lifetime, yeah?
Quite a few actually. Quite a few because we did back in the '90s we did rotational cruise, so that was a cluster. But yeah, I think I've been on about 12 ships.
Oh Lord.
Got me
Man,
beat. I've been on 10 of them.
I got 9, and I think that's the most out of anybody we've ever had an interview with. That's impressive, man.
So with us, with those rotational crews, it's not like a traditional, you're going to this ship for 3 or 4 years. It's you're going to this crew and you're going to have this hole for 6 months, then you're going to go on deployment and take over that hole while they come home, and then you're going to come home and take over another hole, and they're going to leave on
Yeah, that's
deployment.
like-
So a lot of,
worse.
it's like blue and gold. The blue and gold rotations with submarines is kind of similar to that.
Yeah, but like blue and gold on them, they're like usually like they got some chill time.
Yeah.
Like y'all don't have a whole
No,
lot
no
of
chill time. Because as soon as you come back from a deployment, you take over another hole, you're doing all the workups, and there's a whole mentality of, oh, that's the next crew's problem. So you're fixing all
Right.
these mistakes to get
Yeah.
yourself ready for
Yeah.
workups and stuff. So
I remember in Bahrain, you guys were always gone. They were always gone. I was trying to help the IDCs as much as I could, like to get them ready to be underway for a good amount of time.
Yep.
So any crazy places or fun stories like you've been around, you know, the U.S., outside the U.S.?
Yeah, did my first deployment was to Bahrain on the rotational cruise, and went over there on the USS Ardent, and we, I was cranking because I just got there, so they threw me into the mess to crank, get my time done. Because when I first joined, I was a quartermaster, so I did quartermaster for the first half of my career, then I cross-rated over to Mineman after I'd been on the sweeps for about 4 ships. So all my buddies were there, so it just, made sense. So first deployment, we're in Bahrain at the Desert Dome. I had a half day because I, cranking, so it was my half day. Me and my SM1 SIGs, and for those watching that don't know,
Skimmy waiver.
yeah, SIGs are signalmen. They rate that's no longer around. Whenever they actually, communicated with the flags.
semaphore.
Yeah.
Good news, I'm having your baby.
So we're on a half day over there. Me and Sigs was there. So we're sitting there, not much to do with the Desert Dome, especially back then.
So what time frame is this? 90s?
Mid 90s.
Yeah, that wasn't
90.
shit. Like it was all Connex boxes and
Yeah,
shit.
it was like 96, 97.
All right.
So 97, I think, was the first one.
No, you went in about the same time he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
94.
Yeah.
But Bahrain, I remember it's all, middle 2000s they built it up way more. Now they had like actual
Yeah.
buildings back then. Back in our day, there was a whole bunch of like Connex boxes. Like the Navy Exchange was like this little hole.
That
in the
one
wall.
little shed.
Yeah, and it was right next to the Navy Federal, which was like another little nothing.
Then you got the one dirt road going in and out of the base. That's American Alley now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had Desert Dome, good time. That's dangerous, man. Half a day starting early with the little canned beers and cheap drinks.
So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, one of the Marines from the detachment comes over, and he doesn't have a shirt on, but he's got his pants on, and he's, a bunch of like 10 guys are chasing after him, and we're like, oh, what's going on here? So we're watching, and this dude hops up on the table, and we would find out later that he had got a Dear John letter.
Oh, shit.
So for those that don't know, watching at home, Dear John is a letter that you get from your significant
Banging
other.
Jody.
Yeah, saying, hey, we're not going to be here when you get home. So he got a letter, and he was not taking it well. He had obviously been drinking. He's the average size dude, probably about 5'10", something like that, probably about 180 pounds. But he hopped up on one of the tables, and they were trying to get him down, and he started getting kind of aggressive with them, trying to touch him and get him off the table. And Siggs, C-Daddy, he knew what was about to happen. So he goes, hey, go grab some beers. And I was like, run in there, grab some beers, come back, set them down. So we sat there on those steps and watched this unfold. This Marine kicked the shit out of everybody in his platoon.
Dang.
One at a time, they would come up on the table, and one at a time, he'd wear them out.
Damn.
So finally, Gunny comes walking up, and he looks, and he assesses the situation, and he goes,
I ain't going on that table.
he goes, what the fuck are you guys doing? And they're like, they're telling him and everything. One of the guys runs over, and they're briefing the Gunny, and the Gunny's like, oh my God. So he's watching that, and, by the time he gets there, it's a lot slower coming up the table at that point. So one or two of them are trying, and he goes, hey, everybody get him at once. So,
He's got to apply common sense here. He's kicking all your asses.
Siggs goes, come on, it's the only thing we get to watch. Are you serious, Gunny? They got him wrestled down and drug him off. But yeah, that old boy, he was.
That's rough.
Yeah, it rough. It was rough watching because he was obviously upset.
Yeah, I think at some point during their career, every service member is afraid they're going to get that letter at least once. It crosses their mind, like, how would I take it if that letter showed up?
So okay, overseas stories. You got any like crazy stuff that you went around? Anything happened in the United States?
Like poor visit gone bad?
Yeah. Well, the biggest one was again USS First Ship. I was on Pioneer. That was my first ship. First crew was Rock Crew Bravo. Shout out to all my boys on Bravo that are going to be watching this. So we pulled into New Orleans, and it was like, I don't know how long.
Mardi Gras?
10, 12. No, it was right after Mardi Gras. They wouldn't let us. They wouldn't. They wouldn't let us go up there for Mardi Gras.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
So it was like a 10, 12 hour sea anchor getting up there because the sweeps, they only go max at 10 knots, and that's if you got the wind and the sea behind you. But you're going against that current on the river. It took a long time to get up
I
the
saw
river.
13 on them.
Oh.
All four mains online with a following season and a wind.
Yeah, and Neptune helping.
Yeah.
Geez. Yeah. So we pull in, get tied up. They give us all the briefs, everything. I'm fresh. I think I just made E2 for the second time. I made E1, E2, and E3. I made all of them twice.
Okay.
So took me.
We're gonna have to talk about that after.
Took me a lot of learning the hard way.
Yeah.
So we pull in, we go. Everybody's getting ready for Liberty. So we go out. We're drinking and everything, and we're on Bourbon Street, obviously. Getting tore up, and there was a big crowd gathered by one of the bars. I don't know which one it was, but I know that a couple doors down is where they sold that hand grenade drink. It's a grenade. It's real big in New Orleans, but yeah, it messes you up. Don't take much.
Like Bullfrog?
Oh
man.
Yeah, it's ridiculously strong.
Bullfrog.
So, bunch of ruckus and everything, and then we hear our first lieutenant who was this little sawed off. I'm not tall. I'm like 5'6". This dude was like 5'2", but he was a diver.
Okay, tough little bastard.
He thought he was.
Oh, so Napoleon complex.
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so. So, dude had a bad attitude. Wasn't a good first lieutenant. Wasn't a good officer. I don't know whatever happened to him, but. So anyway, we hear this dude's voice because he had a very distinct, whiny, high-pitched voice. And we hear this voice, somebody get these guys off of me. And we're like, was that first? So we're trying to get through the crowd.
Was that a lady?
Right? And they're like, no, man, I swear to God, that was first. So we look in this bar, and he is fighting, which we found out later was Marines. But he's getting wore out in there.
So me and Six got some beers and sat and watched.
Well,
Fuck that dude.
Siggs wasn't at the fight, but he comes into the story later. So we go, a bunch of us go rushing in there, and I didn't really get into much of it because one dude hit me, and then I don't really remember a lot after that except trying to clear the cobwebs. But I know that those 4 Marines wore 8 of us out.
Damn.
Oh, dude, it was so, it was bad. So, in the fracas, I guess somebody had thrown, because when you go outside, they give you in the plastic cups, right? You can't take a can around it.
Yeah.
So, plastic cup of beer comes flying through the air and hits our EM1. He was from South America. I don't remember. I know we don't use names, but I don't remember what country he was from, but he was like 16 years, 17 years. He was real close to retirement. And this cup comes flying through the air, and all the beer spilled out of it as it's spinning. So this empty plastic cup hits him in the side of the head, and this dude fell like somebody hit him with a bat. He collapsed on the ground, wound up busting up his knee and getting sent back to Ingleside, and they limbed dude, put him on limb dude, then he got medically retired. Damn. Because he fell off the curb
with a plastic cup.
With a plastic cup.
Damn.
He fell like, we were like, somebody shoot him? Or was it just a cup? But anyway, so as we're running out the bar, because everybody heard the cops, and I was like, I'm not getting busted again. I'm not getting in trouble.
I'm not getting busted again.
So we all tear off down the street and go down, run around the corner, and we're sitting there huffing and puffing. And then the Marines come running right behind us, and they turn the corner and stop. And we're all sitting there, and we're all, what the fuck was that all about? And they're like, that little motherfucker was running his mouth and then, said something to somebody and put his freaking finger and poked one of the Marines, and then they, went at it, and then all that happened. So Siggs walks up about this time that we're sorting everything out. And we're like, hey man, let's knock all this shit off. Everybody just, we're same team, same, we're all on the same side. So let's just drink, quit fighting. So we start drinking a little bit more. And
more.
Then Siggs
Why not?
is sitting there. He shows up, and one of the Marines, or I think it was one of their buddies, I don't know. I don't think he was actually one of the Marines. He was just one of the guys, one of the locals there. So he comes up, and Siggs is a big dude. He was about your height and as big, but not muscle.
Okay.
Like he was like, country strong.
Okay.
So, and he was not to be trifled with. He didn't tolerate a lot of BS. So one of these dudes just starts yelling at him and putting his finger in his face. And Siggs goes, hey man, stop putting your finger in my face. Kid keeps on doing it again. Siggs like, hey, I told you to stop. I won't warn you again. And the kid looks at his buddies and he's like, and as soon as he went like that, the third time, Siggs went,
oh shit.
He bit the end of the finger clean off.
Damn.
From the fingernail.
Damn.
Like he bit it clean off and spit it back on him. And he was like, I told you.
Oh.
Dude starts freaking out and screaming.
Damn.
And Siggs is like, all right, let's go back to the boat, boys.
It's time to, and that is time to go.
So we all start making our way back. And, Marines went their way, took their buddy, wrapped his finger up, and went on. And we're going back, and I don't know who was on watch. I don't know what happened, because where they tied us up at the port, the river current, so we doubled and tripled everything up. But for some reason, the CDO, who was an old RMC, and again, for those watching, RM is radioman before they changed them to IT. So he was the RMC and he was CDO, and it was his first CDO.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah. So we come turning the corner to walk. There's like, I don't know, 6 of us, and it's right at because they gave us a curfew. I think it was like 2 in the morning or something like that. As long as you had like a first class with you or whatever. So we're coming back, and we look, and I was like, "What's wrong with the ship?" For whatever reason, he had decided to move some lines. He took off the 6 and 5 and 6, the last 2 on the stern. So the current caught this thing and is pushing it out. There's so much tension, you can hear the lines straining, starting to crack, and we're all like, what the fuck is happening? We're all blitzed.
Yeah.
The captain and the XO and like, I don't know, everybody else important, Chang and Ops, those
They're all off ship.
They're all gone. Like, not to be disturbed, they're out, they get overnight liberty, they're gone. So the RMC is at the quarterdeck where the brow is now hanging off, just tied by the ship.
Yeah.
And he is freaking out. He's panicking. He doesn't know what to do. So Sig starts barking and directing orders. So he's got the guys that are on duty throwing lines back over to us. We get it tied back up. And just as we get it tied back up, it's starting to get, I don't know, it took like an hour and a half. It's like almost 4 in the morning. And we get all tied up, and then sure as shit, as soon as we get back on board and get settled, we're on the mess decks, getting ready to go and get showered up and hit the racks. Captain showed up. If he'd have showed up 15 minutes before.
Yeah, somebody would have had their ass in a sling.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody got busted down the 8th time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a very interesting.
So y'all basically saved his ass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because nobody said nothing, but that dude had no authority the rest of the time that he was there. Because everybody's like, hey, remember New Orleans?
Oh.
Then a quick one is one time we pulled into Key West. And Key West is really fun, but you gotta be careful with some dangerous areas there. So we had this one guy that was coming back, and he was big old muscle dude. He actually competed in bodybuilding competitions for the Navy, and he'd take leave, and he'd cut down, and all the dude ever eat was rice and chicken. So that was literally all he ate. The entire tour that I knew him that was it. Anyway, he was coming back to the ship, coming down. There was a long walkway in Key West where you park, and then they didn't run buses or nothing, so we had to walk everywhere. So he's walking back, and I guess we all heard this because he's the only one. He was by himself, so he told us the story. But he said this dude jumps out of the bushes, like cracked out, and he's like, hey man, hey, grabs him, and he's like, I'll suck your dick for $10. And old boy said, he's like, it was a reaction. He's like, I didn't mean to knock him out, but he scared me, and he came running up on me, and he's like, he said, I thought I killed him. So, and I only know this because I was the rover on watch, and I just happened to be on the quarterdeck, and here comes old boy just sprinting down the pier. We're like, what the hell? We're looking, we're like, is somebody chasing him?
It's not like Liberty.
So he blitzes onto the quarterdeck, runs right by us, never stops until he gets to berthing. And we're like, what was that all about? So we send one of the guys down, he comes back up and tells us everything that happened. And he's like, yeah, man, he freaked out. He's scared, thought the cops were going to arrest him. So he's down there hiding.
Damn.
Had to go run down the berth and get $10.
Damn. Hey, so we have something else in common too, right? So we both got master helmsman qualified on Minesweepers, but I think your PQS was a little different than mine. There's something you had to do that I didn't have to do. I'll tell everybody about that.
Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, so Siggs, we only had one. He was our only master helms, and I was young and, you know, on the upstart. Even though I kept getting in trouble, they liked me, which is why I got to stick around. So Siggs was training me to be master helmsman. So I get there, I went through the whole process, the whole PQS, doing all the driving and everything, and I had everything done. And I was like, here's my PQS. And Siggs is like, you're not qualified yet. I'm like, yeah, I am. I got every line item done. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not qualified? He's like, I'm not gonna sign off and qualify you until you do a 360 and steer the ship with your penis. And I was like,
So I had to do the 360, but not with my wiener.
I was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, all right. And again, for those watching, Ingleside in the 90s was like literally like the Wild West.
Yes.
It was like McHale's Navy. There was no rules. Like there was so much crooked shit that happened.
Do you remember the
in
Commodore that would
90s.
come to the waterfront and you didn't bring him on the ship? You played the freaking Imperial March from Star Wars?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I can't remember his name.
No, that's all right. We don't use real names.
Well, yeah, right. But he wound up. I had heard that they made him transfer because he did his best to stay in Ingleside.
Oh, he'd have a cooler with beer on the back of the golf cart.
On the back of the golf cart.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you told me about your Master Helmsman Qual and what you had to do to get it, the first thing I thought was, man, I think I steered that ship too. Which I probably did, because when did you get the wheel off of the ship?
When I left in 2001.
Okay, never mind. So I did not steer that ship with that helm wheel on it.
Which is funny
We're
because
good.
by the time I transferred in 2001, I don't know what statute of limitations are, but when I transferred
25 years ago, we're good.
Yeah. So when I transferred in 2001, nobody had been there longer than me. I'd been there for over 5 years. I was leaving as a second class, which was a miracle in itself.
E2, E3, E2, E1, E2, E3, E4, and E5.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Dedication.
Yeah. Stubbornness. And but I learned, and
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Well, after my 5th mass case, the captain looked at me and he goes, "Listen, if you get in trouble again, I'm just gonna kick you out." And I was like, "Okay, so no more strikes, got it." So
How do I not get caught?
6 strikes and you're out.
So when I was leaving, I was walking off. I had switched the helm out with because I knew where the original one was, the metal one, the little shitty metal one, and because we had a nice wooden one like you see on the movies.
Yeah.
I had one of those. So I was walking off ship with it, and the XO was like, "Pet up to Bowling, what are you doing with the helm?" And I was like, "This is mine, sir." And he's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "All right, thanks."
Kept going. Damn.
And then, because I was just going across the bridge, when I left there, I went to the brig at Corpus.
Corpus? Yeah. So, yeah, Ingleside.
Working at the brig, not in the brig.
Thank you for the clarification. That question was going to come up in a minute. So, but yeah, to paint a picture, Ingleside, when he says Wild Wild West, I hit a javelina with my car one time. Like, the damn thing just ran out in the middle of the road. You know, but I was rocking a 72 Nova at the time, so it really didn't hurt the car at all. I was fine. But yeah, that base was like you could leave the ship in your coveralls and walk over to the off the pier, go to the next, whatever. Nobody gave a shit. It was chill.
My chief season, we were running and we were on the perimeter, and we turned the corner, and there's a whole pack of them javelinas.
Yeah.
They were all over the base.
Yeah.
And all the guys that were in the front, because I've never been a runner, so I was not in the front. So everybody stops, sticking my head around, like, "What's going on?" Look, and I was like, "Hey, we need to turn around." And they're like,
Yeah.
"No," one of the chiefs is like, "No, it's just pigs, we'll run through it."
No,
I was
you
like,
won't.
"Listen, all these games aside, I'm not running through those pigs."
This is your test.
So,
You go first.
so finally, common sense took hold. I'm like, "You see those tusks?" I'm like, "I'm not running. You guys go
I'll
get
carve
tore
you
up. I ain't running through them pigs without a gun. So I don't care what you say. You can beat me all you want." So So they turned us around. We ran back. But yeah, there was stories all the time. Guys getting attacked by those pigs.
Yeah, those things were dangerous,
No,
man.
thank you.
Yeah.
So, and what sucks too is, originally you think, oh, if I hit one with my car on accident and I accidentally killed it, okay, cool. But if you break that musk pouch, the meat's all spoiled too.
Oh well, the base was they wouldn't let you kill them
Mm.
because I remember one of the maintenance guys was telling us that they couldn't do nothing about it because the base was considered like a reserve or whatever.
Yeah, it did have all the woods and shit next to it. Yeah.
They didn't let you do nothing on that.
So, but yeah, there was. I remember one night on watch over there. I think I was on. It was when we were getting rid of the bird boats, and I was just stuck on an overnight watch on I want to say the Kingfisher. It was already stripped down and it was ready to get sold off. But I'm out there, and the patrol boat goes by, and then I see him just kill engines. I can hear the engines turn off, and he's just floating with the current. But then I notice there's two people on board, and then I notice one of them disappears. And then I see a head poking out over here, and they were doing their thing, just in the security boat. And every time it got to the edge, they'd start it back up, go over here, and then pick up where they left off. So yeah, just people getting theirs.
Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember being on watch during I think it wasn't 4th of July. It was maybe Memorial Day. I don't know. It was one of the patriotic ones, and it might have been the 4th. Take a weekend duty for some change.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that was before 9/11 and everything happened. So the guys, like all these boats, these party boats, would come down and drive by the ships within like 10 feet. Girls flashing everybody. So guys were
like
eager to
boobies.
stand watch.
We like
Yeah.
boobies.
Yeah.
Boobies make me smile.
So yeah, it was different. It was different back then.
Damn. Well, Bubba, really appreciate you coming on.
Man,
I'm glad
it's
we
been great.
did this.
It's been great.
It's funny. I didn't see you for a couple of years after retirement. I've seen you 4 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I gotta get out there and do my job sometimes on the base.
I get it. So, all right, man. Well, thank you very much
Yeah,
for coming.
man. Thanks.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Nope.
All right. So,
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
yeah, the shit's free. Just do it, okay? Fuck. All right.